If you like talking,
Women.
Ladies,
men,
topic,
Conversations.
and occasional uninformed politics,
multiple talking women is for you.
hit it!
People, welcome to the Multiple Talking Women podcast today. Wow, my name is Lana Brown and I am here with my co-host
Felicity Bramblebush.
and my producer.
Hey, Paula Gherkin.
Today we've got a guest, the likes of which I don't think has stepped inside the podcast pod. His name is Droege, and I want to just dip my whole body into the Droginess that is sitting in front of me. Let's give him a little applause, and then we're going to jump in.
Droege.
Welcome, Drew.
Oh, hi. Thank y'all. Thanks so much for having me.
I'm
Thank you.
curious,
Thanks for
Lana,
being
if you dipped your whole self into Droege, how would you come out?
Come is the operative word.
Oh, he'd come out as his...
That's
I'm not
nice.
sure
Thank
that's
you.
Yeah, there we go.
appropriate. I'm not sure that's an appropriate.
Well, it's how all,
Oh, I
all
don't
of-
care. It's fine. I think it's great. Yeah,
He
it's
loves
nice
it.
It's so nice to meet all of you. Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
well, we've met.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Sure.
Yeah.
My first question...
Well,
First
are you
thing-
going to tell us how you met?
Well,
Well,
I backed into Paula's car,
Mm.
parking lot at Trader Joe's. Those parking lots are terrible, and
yeah. Well, they're terrible, but if you look behind you, you don't pack
I know
into
I should have
people.
looked behind me. I'm terrible.
Sure.
Yeah. So I'm just anyway. It was. So it's nice to be in a better situation where we're not screaming at each other.
Yeah, there
I'm
wasn't-
really sorry for all that I said. I was just
And
I
also-
had a lot
okay.
going on.
She drives a Kia Soul and backup
I don't have a camera.
So
Yeah.
it was on her. I'm
No,
saying.
he backed up into me.
Well, I'm saying
It was
you,
still kind
you
of on
didn't. Your
her.
car made no sounds. My
Yeah.
car
All
makes
right.
all
And
the
let
sounds.
me guess, instead of any payment or anything, you said, come
Nailed
on
it.
over.
You nailed it. I said, hey, we
well,
can let this go.
and then we don't have to get insurance companies involved, and it was a
That's
lot
right.
easier, and so it was just a lot better. So, and I love doing podcasts, so I'm excited to be here. So
Yeah.
this is fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know.
Well,
I know.
great.
It's actually slightly intimidating because I believe you're on so many podcasts. You, Drew Droege, you are someone in demand more than anyone I've ever encountered, frankly.
Oh God, no.
yeah,
Please.
no, it's absolutely true.
Do you
It-
have sorry, go ahead. You
Well,
still
I'm
at
just going
saying
to say,
things?
in demand of movies, of TV, theater, podcasts.
I love the way you said theater. That was a beautiful way you said theater.
Is there another way to say it?
Well, people kind of throw it away, and you
Oh.
gave it. I mean, I saw curtains. I saw
Wow.
just.
I have great respect for it, and I hope to be welcomed back.
What's
one
your
day.
favorite play?
Annie.
Annie. Oh yeah, that's a great show. It's really fun. Yeah, it's really good. It's a great play.
She sees it as groundbreaking.
Wait, aren't you the one? Which one of you sang "Dumb Dog" at your audition for
We
Cats?
both
Was
did.
that? Oh, you both did.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dumb Dog.
They
Oh, that's a
auditioned
great
for it.
song.
Why are
Yeah.
you following me?
Yeah. That's actually in the movie. So
It's
that's
actually-
that's a really deep cut because I don't
You
think
caught
that's in the
us.
stage
You
show.
You caught us.
Yeah, but I also think that's great because
because
that's smart because people aren't going to think of that song.
Thank you for calling
You
me
know?
smart. Mhm.
Yeah, because most people are gonna if they're they're gonna sing Tomorrow or Maybe or Hard Knock Life or whatever. But you chose something from the movie.
And would you
It's
say
a great
because
movie too.
you're successful
Mm.
in the business and we're trying to be.
Yes.
And wouldn't you say that you have to show up with an element of a surprise? Surprise!
Oh, I
This
don't
isn't
know.
from
Like-
a play. This is from a movie.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah?
yeah. Sure. Yeah, I mean, I think it's good. I mean, I think you want to. I mean, I don't think you want to. I mean, have too much of a surprise, right?
Okay.
I think it's just good to be yourself. I would just be yourself, stand your ground, and eventually, things will go your way. They'll happen.
Speaking of being yourself,
Sure.
and I know Paula likes to start at the beginning, so I'm going to
Well-
give her this.
I had a question first, though.
Well, what's the question? Because then I want to hear.
I want to know if they, because you've done a lot of podcasts. You've had your own. You've been on them. What kind of judgments do you have of ours so far? Because I'm a newer producer, and I
Oh,
want to know when
it's
you
cool.
walk in here, are you saying, "Uh-oh, she's blowing it"?
I mean, it's great. It's great. Lana's eating.
Yeah,
which
this is something that happens.
Okay, that's fine.
Should I
You're-
I try to put the kibosh on it. Is that something I should come down harder on?
I just, I think it's great so far. I think we can just have a flow. I don't think you need to worry so much about how it's going. 'Cause we just started.
Okay.
So, and it's great so far.
Thanks. I needed
it's-
that. I'm not
it's-
getting a lot of encouragement from these two.
Oh, okay.
Well, I think
I'm
she's
so
trying to
sorry.
break into the ASMR.
Paul, who is? Lana is?
Yeah.
Yes.
Delicious.
Into that.
Oh, right. Have you seen those videos and just like, yeah, like people eating pickles and you know all kinds of things? Yeah,
then I
yeah.
have
Are you
that
into
same
that? Are
thing.
you into sensual noises, Lana?
Are you kidding? Is my name Lana? I'm into anything sensual.
I can tell.
That's what that word. That's what Lana means.
It seems
Pretty
like you have
much.
a lot of like viscosity in your mouth right now. It seems like a lot of.
And I
like-
have that thing where people chew, you want to punch them in the face. So
Oh,
then
yeah,
that's
yeah,
where we're
yeah.
having a hard time.
Uh-huh.
Because I hate the sound of it.
Yeah,
There's a lot of-
Paula, you seem pretty dry. I mean, it seems like there's a dryness to you. in
Not
all
everywhere.
ways. Oh, okay.
I mean, you have half a banana. You could get in on it if you wanted.
No
Oh,
thanks.
no, yeah.
Drew
Okay.
was gifted a banana
Thank
when
you.
he arrived
I got
at the
here and
podcast.
you gave me half a banana, which was great. It's all I needed. Really.
He's working. He's keeping his sugar levels
Yeah.
at the right
I'm
zone.
gonna go crazy.
Don't go crazy.
Now,
All right. Now.
how did you become to exist?
Yeah,
What do
where
you- wait, what do
where
you
did you
mean?
grow up?
Oh, okay. I grew up in South Carolina. Well, actually, why did I say that? I grew up. I was born in South Carolina, but I really grew up in North Carolina.
Did you know Jim Rash?
I did not.
From
but
there.
you know what's crazy is that Jim Rash and I went to the same school.
Ooh.
Elementary school?
Yes, it was a K through 12 school that we were both there at the same time for a year in Charlotte, North Carolina. And when we met, we did not know each other then, but when we met in LA, we did it, and I found him in a yearbook that we were in together
Wow.
the same year. Isn't that wild?
That's pretty fun.
Yeah.
He was a guest.
Oh, I love Jim Rash.
He won an Oscar.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I know. That's
Okay,
really great.
great.
Wow, that's really weird to think that like in your life you could have known somebody for a year in elementary school,
Right.
but not known them, and then here they are.
And then I know, and it's like that weird thing of like now we get, we come together.
Now you get to be
Don't you
house.
wonder, like, you just like you have these interactions with people. Sometimes it's just this one, or you're like, how many times have I interacted with this person? How many times have I gone to a restaurant and that same person has been there, but we don't know each other?
No, right.
Ships in the night.
Right.
I have this every week.
Every week?
Every week when I go to church, the same people.
Oh, well, I guess that makes sense because everybody would go to church. I'm talking about like
I
strangers.
guess I don't
who-
understand.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm sorry. I
Some
didn't mean
things
to
are
say
too.
anything.
See, what you're talking about almost is a spiritual connection, and she doesn't
Yeah.
have that.
Oh, okay. She just has church.
She just has church and Christianity. It's very
Okay.
different.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Sure.
So, all right. So
okay.
you're a little Drew Droege,
Mm-hmm.
and you're growing up somewhere in the Carolinas.
I know. No, we did move around a lot.
And at what point are you saying, "Hey, I want to be funny, or I want to do theater, or I'm putting on a show in the grocery store"? Where are you doing
yeah.
it?
I always had. I was always my mom always said I was born with an extra dose of Halloween. It's my mom's great way. And so I loved monsters as a kid. I loved Freddy Krueger, and I loved Rocky Horror, and I loved the Thriller video. Like that was my Muppets when Alice Cooper came on. Like so, I've always loved that part of it, and I think that was like why I love sketch comedy and why I love drag and why I just like wigs and all that stuff. So, and I had a funny family. I do have a funny family. That
Really?
they so I was the quiet one growing up. Like they were all.
Because you were watching, observing.
I was watching. I was observing.
You have to be careful of those ones.
Did you like to?
Oh.
Did you try to act? Did you try to like? I'm gonna act like my mom. I'm gonna act like my brother, my sister. What did you do? What is that called? Characters.
Yeah, my dad actually did characters Saturday mornings. We would make breakfast together, and my father would do characters for me and my brother, and we thought it was so
Whoa.
funny.
Like what kind of character?
He had just the most insane characters that he pretended to be. Many of whom are problematic. I don't know that we.
Right. Let's not go to them. Yeah, you guys
But-
were in the South.
But
so,
yeah. Well,
anything
there's that.
Could,
too.
anything could be
well,
happening.
and just I just remember it being like it's just wild when you think of like family senses of humor or like
Sure.
going into. I would never take my father's care. I mean, those are his characters. It's
No,
know
you
when
can't.
it's-
Well, but
Steal
there's
them.
something about watching the the patriarch, which is traditionally the most serious figure in a household, just being very silly.
Is your husband ever silly around the house?
Oh, sure, he's hilarious.
Yeah,
He'll
Felicity,
wear-
you're clutching your leg really, really intensely when you're talking. Are you okay?
I'm okay.
Okay.
I
going on
haven't
today.
seen my husband in several days. He's back in the facility.
He's back in.
The facility. Oh.
He's back in. But boy, did he get silly sometimes. He'll wear his apron the wrong way.
Oh.
Wow.
That sounds really fun.
Yeah.
And that makes us just crack up.
Oh,
Wow.
sounds great.
I have one of those aprons where you put it on and it's genitals.
Oh, that's funny.
Thanks.
That's great.
I think that's funny. I like to
Yeah.
put that on when people are coming
What
over.
kind of genitals on your one?
Male.
That's what I
Oh,
thought.
okay. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
for
fine.
sure.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
great.
People
Yeah.
overlook apron humor.
Yeah.
Very
I know.
funny.
It's just easy. You know, you just put it on and then you don't really have to say anything funny, right? You just like walk in the room and that's the joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
That's right.
okay. So when's the first time you're on stage or you're in some type of thing where you're like, I
yeah.
got the bug?
High school, I started doing theater. I started doing community theater in Lincolnton, North Carolina, the Lincoln Theater Guild.
Oh.
I'm sure you're familiar with that. But yeah, I started doing plays then and loved it. And then was a shy kid, but I always was able to make my friends laugh at school. Like I would do impressions of teachers and all that stuff.
Were
And
you
I
a
was
cool
sort of
kid?
like- no, not
No.
really. But I wasn't like, I think people, you know, when they assume like, you know, growing up in the South, being gay, there must have been like, that must have been horrible. But it was actually, in my memory, it was fine because I was able to like make people laugh. And that was sort of like my like little secret weapon. And
Sure.
so yeah, I was popular in that way. Like, I mean, and with the nerds and the, you know, not like, you know, I wasn't.
You weren't hanging with the jocks.
No.
Sure.
But the nerds and the theater people end up being the better people.
Right.
And the jocks and the people
Well-
who were no, really, the jocks and the people who were really popular are losers now.
Yeah.
well, I was a jock, so I'm really taking offense.
Oh, okay. No, I mean,
I was
think,
on the track team.
but also, I mean, you're as a woman, like I think it's probably different. You know, I don't think it's.
Maybe.
Now, do you think it was the performance of the performing that really gave you the bug, or the reaction to the performing?
Oh, that's a great question. You know what? I really think it's I wish I could say it's. Oh my God, I feel love. It's about the performance of it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's not the same for a lot of.
I
I
think
know a lot of
not.
people like love to feel that
They need those
maybe I'm
accolades.
selfish, but I'm like, no, I like doing it.
Yeah.
If they like it, that's cool too.
I think
But I've
that's
had to
better.
learn that like now that like I used to be, that I'm like, oh yeah, when I stop caring what they think,
Oh,
it's
yes.
so much better. But it's hard because, you know, you do kind of live for that. But I know that when it feels good, it's worth it, you know, and it's that's what you have to hold on to.
But
'Cause,
well, to trust what you trust your gift
yeah.
from a young age. That's it. That's.
I
really
think
big.
the huge quote of the day is, if it feels good, it's worth it.
Yeah.
Sure.
I saw you get really excited there, Lana, when I said that.
Well, because I'm in an open partnership.
Oh, great. Oh, that's wonderful.
And so there's judgments on this, but if it feels good, it's worth it.
Absolutely.
Well, okay.
You
You're
know?
taking it to a. He's talking about.
Well, no, I
performing.
think that's great. Why is it
Okay.
wrong, Paula? Do you have any
I'm not
do you have
saying it's wrong.
desires that
Well, she listen. She will listen to anything a guest says and use it towards just something to say, "Hey, look at
that's actually
that's
a good
what that person
that's actually
said."
a good host.
Well,
Using something the guest
Wow.
says and expounding on that. That's like a good that's
Thank you
actually a
for
good
it
clarifying
feels
that,
like you're
Drew.
trying to start a fight with me.
No, I'm just trying to defend Lana.
Well, okay. Well, at some point, if anyone wants to defend me, that'd be great.
Well, because I'm not sure that it's always a good thing to do something even.
Thank
though it
you.
Well,
feels
clearly,
Thank
because
you,
your religion
Felicity.
is built on guilt, and the worse you feel, the more you go to heaven.
The more you go to heaven.
The more you go to heaven.
Yeah.
Okay,
good.
great.
That's
All right.
That's correct. Penance.
Let's get back
Try
to
it.
Drew.
Mhm.
Hey, can I do a quick sidebar?
Sure.
How are you keeping those curls in shape? Are you putting product in
Oh
there?
no, this is my natural hair. It makes me crazy.
Those
Crazy.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I love it.
No.
I love these curls.
Oh, thank you. Thank
Now
you.
you travel frequently.
Are you okay?
Yes. And do you find when you travel to different cities, the water?
The water changes the curls. Yeah.
Oh,
I have naturally, my hair's curly, but like I sleep on it and then,
Yeah.
it's not anymore.
Yeah, I do. I don't know why. Why are you crying about that question? I don't think that's not a sad question.
I'm just.
You
I'm just
okay?
emotional.
Are you worried
She's having
about
a
your
tough
husband?
day. Yeah, because he's back in
and,
the
the,
rehab.
and
Okay.
the kids are insane.
Oh, I'm
Kids
so
are
sorry.
absolutely insane. So does
But
the
yeah,
water
the water
change
does
your-
change. You
your
know, yeah.
curls? Mhm.
Well, yeah, it's a different with different climates and everything. If it's too humid, my hair's like, yeah.
But curling is great because if your hair was all flat and stringy, you wouldn't be happy about that.
No. I think we're never happy with our hair. I mean,
That's
are y'all
true.
happy with your hair?
No.
I
Can
am.
I just?
I love my
We
hair.
got to move on. I know, Paula. We got to get the chronologically because I want to hear what's happening in this guy's life because there's
Yeah,
a
let's go
lot.
There's so
chronologically.
much.
Okay,
But-
great. It's going to be a long podcast.
Did you know that when you're turn a certain age as a woman, you lose hair on your head and other areas, and you start growing it on your chin?
Oh. Well, that happens for men too. Like hair starts coming out of like
Yeah, ears,
Yeah,
ears
that's
and
true.
nose and
and
stuff.
things.
Yeah.
That's Sure.
When you become a wizard,
Ah,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, and for us, we become
Do you
witches.
practice the dark arts?
for sure.
Oh, yeah. I
boy.
feel I got that. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Okay,
Oh.
So chronologically.
you're doing high school theater. You're liking it. It's feeling good.
Right.
And then, do you go to Are you going to college and you do more of it?
I did. I went to
Okay.
college. I went to Wake Forest, which is not a theater school.
Okay.
Because I didn't think I was going to do it with my life. I thought I was going to be an English professor with my life.
Ooh.
That's what I thought. And I was like, I'll just do plays on the side.
Because of
And
Dead Poet Society.
I love that movie. That movie is probably exactly why I want to
Captain,
be an
my
English
Captain.
professor. Because I got to school and I was like, too much reading, too much writing.
What's your
And
favorite
writing,
book?
like,
Favorite book of all time?
Oh, that's a great question. You know, I always say the book Confederacy of Dunces because I love that at a formative age, and I love
Yes.
that book. But I don't know now, like what my favorite book of all time.
Have
would
you
be.
been reading any of the new fairy porn books that are out?
No, what are those?
I got some in my wallet, in my
Oh, okay,
in
great.
my backpack.
Is that fairy like FAE?
Yeah, that's
okay.
right.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
get
they're
that.
fairies who have a lot of sex, and I
Oh.
can't remember the name of the author right now, but
It's probably a nom de plume. It's
it's
probably.
it's incredibly descriptive.
Are they sort of like Anne Rice? You know, Anne Rice had a section of like really pornographic books. Do y'all know about that?
I mean, I'm guessing that was where it
Yeah,
started
she went
from.
by a different name. It was like
Oh.
she was writing the vampire books under Anne Rice, and then she had this other name. I want to say Anne Rampling, but that could be like
The books are the Thorns and Roses series.
Oh, okay, okay.
And trust me, you're gonna enjoy yourself if you get into those. Okay.
I don't know that that's my vibe, but you know what? I'd be interested.
You know what? I'm gonna call you later. I'm gonna read a passage out loud, and then
Okay,
you can
great.
decide.
Yeah,
Okay.
I want to.
Did I
I
give
would
you
love
my
to
note?
attend a
Okay.
staged reading of the Fifth Realm. What is it called? I don't
The
know.
Fourth Wing.
Fourth Wing.
That's also a good one. Good porny book. Okay.
Oh,
All right.
great.
So you're in college. You're doing this. You're doing theater. You're thinking you're an English major, but you're just like
I'm doing plays
doing
all
the
the
plays or
time.
what the fun thing
That's
is.
what I ended up. I majored in theater because I was like, this is what I'm spending all my time and what I really love. But I still didn't think I could do it with my life because in North Carolina, you just don't see that as
How
a
do you? Yeah.
reality.
And then so from there, where'd you do?
From there, let's see. I went and did a summer in Kentucky. I did summer stock theater, outdoor theater.
That's a sweaty summer.
Oh, a very sweaty summer.
Sure.
Insane. Doing outdoor theater for 900 people, scream, terrible, like the most fun and the worst theater ever, but the most fun I've ever had.
What kind of plays? Or
We did, oh, Alana, we did Grease, we did Oklahoma, we did Pinocchio, and then it was, then we did an original musical about the town, the legend of the town. So it was at the Jenny Wiley Theater in Prestonsburg, Kentucky. So we did The Legend of Jenny Wiley.
Oh, I
Which
would
is
This
love
a-
that.
reminds me of
You
theater
would love
camp.
that.
Did
It
you
was very much for you for listening.
Did you
of it.
see the movie Theater Camp? Because this is
I
reminding me
did.
of
I
that.
really loved it. I
Because
thought
they
it was
did
really
a
fun.
musical at the end about the woman in a coma.
Yes, yes.
Sure.
It's very similar. This is a very deeply racist show about a white woman who's captured by Native Americans.
Oh wow.
And yeah, you would love it,
Oh,
Felicity.
this is so up
and
my
she's
alley.
because of course the white woman's completely innocent.
Of course.
and also all white people playing the Native Americans.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure,
yeah,
sure,
and so
sure.
you've seen it. You know.
I mean,
yeah.
I get the gist.
I'd love to buy the
I
rights to this show.
Dodged that bullet because I did get to play a white person through the entirety of the show. So I
You got
have
lucky.
horror stories of other people having to do.
yeah.
Yes,
And
but
there's video of that.
I'm
Of
sure.
those people. Yeah.
I'm sure, but I got
because those will
tortured. I
come
got
back to
tortured and
taunt
set
you.
on fire
Oh.
every night that we did that by white people who were painted to look indigenous. They were obviously bad. And
Wow.
it's a white woman who finds her way back to her family.
Did you play
Dear
the white
Lord.
woman?
No, but
This is another white person.
yeah.
Oh God.
wow.
Yeah, you would really.
Fascinating.
It really wanted to be Les Mis. It was, and I do have a soundtrack to the show, and
Can
I
you
do
sing a
listen
little
to it
bit?
every now
Can
and
you
then.
sing a little bit from the show?
Oh, please.
Having a wife and family, this is the greatest joy for me. Building a beautiful family tree, branching toward the horizon.
Oh God.
It's a lot of
Felicity
that.
loves
A
this
lot
musical.
of that.
Loves this musical.
Yeah.
That was the most beautiful thing.
Maybe you could sing that
Yeah,
instead
you
of
would.
Dumb Dog
I can send
at
it
your
to
next
you.
Yeah,
audition.
please. No, that
Yeah.
would be excellent
I
material.
have
for
that
me.
in my head. That was 25 years ago.
And it's still stuck.
And it's in my head.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so you do what? All right, so here's what we got to do because we can't stop
No,
chit
please
chatting.
stop.
No, it's not time. I'm just
Okay.
looking. For listeners,
Lana,
I
is
just
that
looked at my
ham
time.
you're eating?
It's a package of ham,
Oh,
but
yeah.
it's fresh ham.
Oh, yeah. It smells really fresh.
It's no antibiotics, none of this.
She has to
Least
really
the
go
seaweed
back
and
and
pork.
forth between salty and sweet,
Mm-hmm.
pretty much nonstop.
Well, she's
very humanly. I only eat meat if the animal is either suicidal
oh.
or very old.
How do you know the animal's suicidal?
Old meat.
Well, if they're suicidal, they just give you that look.
Uh-huh.
Alana's convinced that animals can be suicidal, that animals masturbate.
Of course they do.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Last night there were 2 skunks mating in my driveway.
Oh, how did that make you feel, Paula?
Well, they let off a lot of smells, so I was pretty angry about it.
Oh, you were angry about that. Okay.
I said, "Shoo!"
Were you wearing your apron with the genitals on it?
No, that they probably would have thought. I mean, I don't
They
know.
would have probably
Do you think
stopped
skunks
and
would
they
have
would have
seen
said,
that? They might
I
have
don't
said-
know.
They might have said, "That's funny."
Yeah.
I don't know if
I
skunks
think they
can
would
see
have
that
stopped
kind of
and
thing.
laughed.
Okay. At what point do you go, hey, if I'm going to what makes you say I'm going to make a real go of this?
I had friends that were out here like in LA doing it, and I wanted to get into like improv and sketch comedy, so I went to the Groundlings, which is a
yeah,
school
we've
in
heard
LA,
of
which I'm
this.
not sure. if you're
We've had a
familiar with.
lot of groundlings.
Oh
on
yeah,
this.
yeah, okay, I'm sure. Yeah. It's we do a lot of podcasts.
We've all auditioned to take classes and we've gotten turned down.
All 3 of you have been turned down to take classes then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
Not next time.
Oh, what's your
I'm-
plan for next time?
Well, I will show up and I will sing, I am a wife and I have kids and I love to be the mother.
This is
and-"
the thing. They don't understand. They don't completely understand improv, so they come in with a lot of prepared material, and no matter what they're told, they
so
do.
you
the
have to kind of go
prepared
in there
thing.
like just ready to play and just like ready to just like, so probably don't bring your snacks, Lana. Like
Yeah,
it's probably
she has
not.
to. She
'cause,
has to.
Yeah, I know, and if you come in singing a really like sort of like
Oh, I'm going
an
to sing that
agenda-
song. from
Well,
the
I'll
show.
send it to you, but
Yeah.
you don't have to prepare anything. Like you just want to like. And Paula, I could imagine you just seem like maybe a little rigid. Like maybe that's why. Like maybe you.
Well, I just don't think anyone's doing it right.
Okay,
So
yeah.
I'm,
so you just-
so I'm letting people know as
maybe
we're
if the
going.
teacher gets a vibe that you're like not there to like.
Well, the teacher sometimes needs, I need to sometimes tell the teacher, hey, there'd be a better prompt here.
I think
Something
you should
like-
maybe open your own school because I think you would be really great at that.
That's good. I like this.
Maybe it's just like different aprons that people can wear.
That's fun. The apron, you start with the apron and then you go improv from
Oh,
there.
okay. Oh,
what kind
that's
of person
fun.
would wear this apron?
Okay, great. That's a great. See, like that's a great idea.
Thanks. Can I
a re-
have it fully? Can you say?
I want to give it to you right
Thank
now
you.
in
It's
front
on,
of everybody.
Now it's on the podcast, so you can't take it back.
Okay,
If it's-
yeah,
it's a huge
no. I'm
success.
not here to take ideas.
Okay. All right.
that's
So
great.
you had friends out here.
I had friends out here, and I started taking classes, and I met friends there at the Groundlings, and just loved it, and didn't really have any other plan, and did it at work for like probably 10 years that I was in classes. So I was like waiting tables, and but just was.
Where'd you wait tables?
I waited to. Oh gosh, let's see. I was mainly at a place called the Crocodile Cafe in Santa Monica.
Like Crocodile Dundee theme?
Does that still exist?
It does not. I think there's some of them.
Was
the
it
one
on
it's-
Main Street?
It was on Main Street.
I remember that place.
It's the one that I worked at does not exist anymore, but I think there might be one still around in like the valley somewhere.
Was it jungle themed?
Not really.
Oh.
It was just like, quesadillas.
That was a
and-
disappointment for me. I remember
Yeah.
saying like, I'm going in there. Maybe there's some kind of a swamp type vibe.
Yeah.
There wasn't.
No, it's not at
No,
all. Do you
no.
what kind of food would you eat in a swamp?
Soup.
Oh yeah, okay. They had soup. There was like black bean soup.
Yeah, but if
It
I'm
was-
not eating in an interesting environment, I don't want the soup anymore.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. No, yeah. So we definitely, I waited tables there. Then I went to Bossa Nova, which is a Brazilian restaurant, where I waited there
Yum yum.
for years, and then I catered.
Oh, boy.
And I worked for Patina Catering Company mainly, and they were horrible. They were so mean.
Oh, boy.
So I spent my 20s like poor and
Hustling.
like not hustling.
Sure.
And like just trying to, and doing improv shows and trying to just like anywhere anybody would put me up anywhere, anything. And then I guess from doing shows of the Groundlings, and people saw me and just asked me to be in things, and then I just sort of built from there. But I also was like writing a lot of my own. I had to what I learned was write your own material.
Yeah.
You know, it's like what y'all are doing here. Like put yourself out there.
Doing our
like
own thing.
do your own thing. Don't wait for the phone to ring. That's what I always say.
Yeah. Because we'd be waiting a while.
Yeah. And I mean, sometimes it's like back up to someone in a parking lot and you have a gig.
Especially,
Yeah,
in,
you got a
especially in
gig.
Hollywood, right?
Yeah.
Especially in Hollywood.
What did you have? Did you have an experience where you thought, "Oh, no, I've made it. This is it."
My question too. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Or
I don't know.
or a TV, or maybe like a first TV gig where you went, oh, maybe something's percolating here. Or,
Yeah, I mean, I would say it was my first I did little thing, but my first cool TV gig that I got to do a part on Reno 911, which is I don't know if y'all have watched that show,
Yeah.
but that was very cool. That I
We've
got
had
to be a part
Wendy
of that.
McClendon cover.
Oh,
on
I
that.
love her. That was who I got to do my first
Very
TV
funny.
scene
Well, what
with.
I love
Very
about
moist.
what you've got going on, it seems now, Ron Perlman said this as well, where so many people know you and your talent and your genius that they just constantly are asking you to come be on Broadway or come be on this popular television show, right?
Oh, that's not. I mean, it's great when it happens. It doesn't always, but it's great to just keep doing stuff and reminding people that you're around. I mean, I think that's what you
Yeah.
have to do.
And also,
Be out
don't you
there.
think there's something about, you do what you like to, you do what feels good.
That's
Remember,
yeah,
that's your
yeah.
quote. And doesn't that kind of, raise your vibration in
Mm-hmm.
the world to say, hey, more good things are going to come because I'm doing the things that I enjoy doing.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's.
What
that's
about
it.
Chloe Sevigny?
Oh yeah, I also I did for over 20 years I've done an impression of Chloe Sevigny, the actress. I don't know that any of you. I think you know her, Lana, but I don't know the.
I'm familiar with her because I'm watching Swans versus Capote right now.
Oh, you are. Oh, how do you like that show? I haven't watched it actually.
Oh, you
truly.
haven't?
No. How is it?
Well, those women, they're so refined.
Oh, okay.
I
But
tried.
I will
but
say Chloe Sevigny talks down here.
Oh, she does.
In a way
I
that-
truly haven't watched it. I didn't know that.
I think I saw her in Poker Face.
Oh yeah, she did Poker Face. Well, so you all know who she is. Yeah. So I look like her, and I read an interview with her years ago, and I just thought she was fascinating, and so I've been playing her off and on, and it's probably the most recognizable, moment.
two huge, hilarious acclaim, and there's videos too.
Yeah.
Has she ever reached out and said either cease and desist or hey, keep it up,
Keep
kid?
it going.
Neither. I mean, it's so interesting that we met a long time ago at a party right when the videos came up, and she was really nice. I was super nervous because I had never thought what I would say to her, and it's such a gonzo impression that and because she's not a villain in the way. I feel like if it's you play somebody who's we can't stand I'm just not going to say their names, but awful
Yeah.
political thing.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know. Sorry if I offended you, Felicity, about political whatever.
No,
Yeah.
don't say their names.
I don't know to say their names. But you play an actor and you're like, she's cool. But I find her fascinating and a bit ridiculous as well. But what I'm doing is even more ridiculous and crazy. So I don't want to offend that person when I'm with them, because she's not a bad person. I never want to say that. And I actually am a fan of her as an actor. But so I just was kind of fumbling when I met her, but she was nice, and I ran away from her because I didn't want her to feel like I was studying her or make her feel like, on the spot. And so since then, when people tell me where she is, I avoid her. I don't go when I go where she's, because I just don't want to have her have a life. It's super weird if I'm like, hi, I'm that guy that's been putting on wigs and pretending to be you. So she's done interviews where she brings me up.
Yes.
And sometimes she says nice things, and sometimes she's like, I don't like what he's doing. And she's like, I feel like it's, he's calling me pretentious, and I'm not. He's making fun of me. He's a comedian. She's like, I feel like if it was a drag queen, I'd be honored. But because he's a comedian, I feel it hurts my feelings and all, And so I think she's
but there's a thin line there.
Yeah, you
I
are.
know.
Yeah.
I know. I don't really ever consider the difference. In a way, it's kind of a strange thing to say, I think.
I mean,
I
because
think it's a drag homage.
It's
And
the
I also-
highest compliment to do a character like
I know.
that, in
So
my
someone doing an
opinion.
impression of you? God.
Sure.
Well, and I don't think of what I do.
It's not
I'm
cruel.
I don't consider myself a drag queen, but out of respect for drag queens. But I'm not offended when people call it drag, and I don't think there's
It is drag.
that much. Yeah, and I don't think there's much of a difference. And I think it's weird to sort of say that drag queens aren't comedians, or that there is a difference. I'm like, I don't think of it as, because I purposely don't go out. I don't I didn't do a video when she had a baby, or I didn't do a video when she got married. Like I'm not going after her personally.
No, they're
that's
very
not funny
esoteric and very unique and funny.
So to me,
And
it's
you have
funnier
your
that-
own spin. You're
Yeah,
not
you have
saying.
your own
Yeah,
spin.
that's but I think that's confusing to her because she's like, why are you talking like that? And why are you saying you're me? She's teased that she was going to call me and do a video with me for years and years. And I've always said if she did a video with me, that would be it. That'd be like,
Right.
you know.
That'd be the culmination.
But
do you hear that?
Hey, Chloe, if you're
do
listening.
the video. We won't do it anymore.
You're right. Mm-hmm.
You heard it here.
Lana, your legs are like above the table. Like your legs are both over the table. I just noticed you're in a very, very sensual position right now.
I'm stretching because of so many things that happened last night.
Oh, really?
With your with your partner you live with, or with one of the other two?
With my partner I live with,
Oh.
actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, great.
So
good-
we
good
went
for
to
you.
Mexico
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
for the cultures.
Uh-huh.
And he was surfing and he stepped on two urchins.
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 Urchins is an easier way to say
Yeah,
it.
urchins. And so I had to put salve on his feet.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that
And
got you going.
Salve gets me going.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Any sort of like
Anything that's
Ointments.
viscous.
Ointments.
like
anything
that.
that's yes,
Ointments.
exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Anything that provides a slippery surface.
Yeah.
Sure.
You
And
slide
feet.
right in.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you can believe it, we're getting to the point where you got to start wrapping up.
Oh,
That's
I
how
love
fast
it.
this
I love
goes.
it. It's
Okay,
great. Yep.
but here's what I want to. Here's my question. So it feels like everyone who comes in here, the actor type, feels like they have kind of chapters of their life.
Mm.
And what would you call this chapter of your life? To me, it feels like this. You're kind of in a theater chapter.
I am. I was going to
Yeah.
say that too.
Yeah. So I mean, does it feel like that just kind of happened, or were you kind of pushing towards that?
Yeah, no, yes and no. I would say like with the strike is one thing, with film and TV work like not happening, but also now that that's over, I love writing theater, and so like I'm writing a play right now, and I'm trying to make that happen. And
I mean, how
did
many
it-
shows have you had produced off Broadway now?
that I've written? Two. I've done
Yes.
2 solo shows in New York,
And you
then,
just sorry.
oh no, and then I
You
just
say
did
it.
Titanic, which
There you
is
go.
a show that I just was an actor in.
And then hasn't that moved to Broadway?
no, that's off Broadway.
It's off-Broadway.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
in New York.
Titanic was huge, but tell us the names of the two that you wrote.
The ones that I wrote were one's called Bright Colors and Bold Patterns,
right.
and the other one's called Happy Birthday, Doug. And
Yes.
they're both one man shows.
But now other people can play them.
yes, yeah.
That's-
So yeah,
that's
other people
very
can do
interesting.
both shows. We have them like licensed.
I'm going to
Which
look
is-
into playing.
That's
one.
pretty
Really fun.
amazing.
Yeah, it's wild to see like somebody's doing it, and now somebody might be doing it in Australia. Like it's so wild to
That's
think that like
cool.
somewhere in the world.
You get $1
someone's
million
doing
bucks
it.
for that or something like that?
No,
Ah.
not anywhere near that.
Could a kid use part of it for a monologue?
Sure.
Oh, can
Or a
you-
I mean,
person?
it's pretty advanced in terms of like, it's my writing tends to be pretty like adult, and
Right,
I mean
so
not
maybe
probably
not
how
a
you
kid.
would
I mean, a
consider
kid
adult,
like
or
20.
you,
If
Paula,
you're in
would
your
consider
20s. Hmm?
adult. Like I mean, I realize you both have but yeah, 20s, sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
That's cool.
yeah.
And then your new play is
My new play is called Messy White Gaze, and it's a 5-actor play.
another messy because they're just throwing Kit Kat wrappers around. Or-
Oh, that. Well, I mean, that would be really
More like their
messy.
lives.
Yeah, their lives. They're problematic. They're all white, and they make very awful comments that they don't think are awful in the spirit of like So yeah, so that's happening. I wanted to make a comment about like so many parties I go to that it's like all white gay men, and there's like no person of color there. There's no woman there, no trans people there, and sort of the blinders that we have on, thinking that we're so
Interesting.
liberal and we understand.
Wow.
So I wanted to do that. It's also a murder. It opens with them murdering a third. So there's a dead body on stage. That,
You're a thinker.
So
You're
it's
intellectual.
fun. It's
Thinker.
fun. You just rolled your eyes. I'm sorry.
I just love murder. You wouldn't think,
okay.
You
I
wouldn't
thought.
think I would.
I am surprised about that.
You wouldn't
Yeah.
think I would, but
What
I do.
what are some of your favorite murders?
Probably Christ.
Yeah, is that how it all
I
started?
knew you. I knew you were about to say that.
Well,
I do.
Well, that's how the
he
murder
was
that
murdered
started
and
it
then he
all.
came back,
Well,
right?
no, but he did create my entire religion and reason for being. So it would be.
I
my
don't think he created that your religion. I believe that people
Oh,
after
you just
him,
broke her brain.
You broke my brain.
I'm
You know,
sorry.
I'm a little bit of in a crisis, and I've been praying.
Yeah, yeah. You,
I have been
I'm going to
praying.
say there's been a deep crisis going on this whole interview. It's
Yeah.
between the like the lube that is head to toe all over Lana, and the sweat and the nerves. Also, there's like 10 nail marks in your legs. Like all 10 of your fingers have been
Yeah, she
digging
just digs in.
into your legs.
I know.
And Paula, I'm just getting, again, a dryness.
Yeah, well, my Fitbit's saying it's time for me to get up and move around.
Oh,
so,
okay.
We gotta wrap it up. Listen, here's what we like to do at the end of the podcast. We want to hear from you. Like, if there's a little Drew Droege out there, or there's someone out there who might want to do theater or might want to do acting or any dream. What advice would you give them?
Yeah, stay weird. Stay weird. Keep doing your thing. Stay in your lane. Don't worry about it. Keep your eyes on your own paper. Don't worry about what other people are doing. And just keep putting yourself out there. We live in a world now that we can put ourselves out in the world at any moment. And
But what if you're yourself and people hate it?
Oh, that's always the fear. Don't we? Do you have that fear? I have that fear.
My partner hates me when I'm myself. That's why I have 2 others.
Oh, okay. See, you've
You figured
solved
it
the
out.
problem. You figured
I
it
think
out.
you just got to keep being yourself, right? Because you will find your people.
You'll
You
find
hang
your
in there.
apron.
You'll find your
your
apron.
apron.
I don't think we can end on anything better than that. That's true.
Yeah. Why are you passing your headshots to me? I can't help you at all. I would
You
love
just
to.
said
No,
you
you-
created plays
Yeah, put
Yeah,
us in a
but-
play.
that are now being performed around the world.
I
You
know.
can't help us. You can get us right in there.
No, I really wish I could, but this is a waste of.
Don't worry.
a waste
He's-
of
next
really,
time-
really nice photo paper.
Next time he backs into my car, we'll get in a play. Don't worry.
All right. Well,
Let's-
your job is to follow him.
Oh,
home.
well, how do you think it happened the first time? And
Oh,
let's
okay,
hear
I
it for
heard that.
Drew.
Thank you.
Yes.
Multiple Talking Women is hosted by Lauren Burns, Ariane Price, and Lisa Shurga, and produced by Cara Fano and Amelia Misko at Stampede Ventures for the Stampede Podcast Network. Okay, I'm done now.